I mean, I'm all for it. If I saw people selling Star of David cookies, I'd absolutely be down, even if they weren't Jewish. But I'm pretty laid back, and this isn't my religion. Yeah, but it would be so easy. Oh, hey, Husnia. Yes. Are you okay? Just some cramping. The Advil will kick in soon. What do you need? Okay, well, would selling crescent moon-shaped cookies to celebrate Ramadan be considered sleazy? I wouldn't say so, but I think the bigger problem is that the vast majority of people who would be interested in purchasing them would not purchase them on account of the fasting, unless they are sick, pregnant, nursing, or menstruating. Ah. That's a pretty big flaw in the plan. Yeah, I knew we were missing something. Here, Husnia, a dragon-made heating pack. What about kids? Oh, thank you, Rayther, that's very kind. They usually don't start fasting until middle school, so if you're aiming for a younger demographic, fine, but we don't get many of those here. Yeah. Next time, we'll revisit it in June. There are a couple of big holidays then. Cool. So you don't have to fast on your period? That's nice. Allah is sensible.
Hi, welcome to CaFae Latte. The daily specials are on that little chalkboard right there. What can I get for you? Shouldn't you tell me the specials? Well, I'm usually the dishwasher, not the dish dirtier, so I don't have the specials memorized. And why are you wearing headphones? Are you listening to music? What? No, these are noise-canceling earbuds. I have ADHD, so they help with the sensory issues. Ugh, teenagers, addicted to their phones and coming up with all sorts of excuses for it. Take them off, it's disrespectful. I am not comfortable doing that, ma'am. It's really hard to concentrate without them. You just need self-discipline. Now give me those headphones, mister. Excuse me, what seems to be the issue? Are you the manager? No, she's in the back. Go get her. This little brat is listening to music on the job. I am not. They're not headphones. Drek, why don't you go get Bob for me, please, would you? Thank you. Why are you yelling at a child? That is none of your business, just like his earbuds are none of yours. Oh, I am going to have a field day as soon as your manager gets here. If you think she's going to take your side, you are in for a rude awakening. I am giving you a way out before you dig yourself deeper. Oh, I see. You're trying to keep yourself and that little twerp out of trouble. When I am done, you're both getting fired. You're acting like a Karen. Problem? Fire her. She just called me a slur. Karen is not a slur. It's calling entitled women out on their toxic behavior, which often includes harassing staff, especially those of different races and neurodivergence. No, I am not a racist, and that boy is fine. He just needs to get rid of those damn headphones. They're not headphones. He's not listening to music. He needs those earbuds to better concentrate on work. He does not. He just needs self-discipline. Silence. Drek, do you mind if I give her a mirror of your diagnosis? Yeah, that's okay. Excellent. You will experience his symptoms of ADHD for 2 years. And now you may speak. Well, that's fine. I don't feel any different. Those customers over there just need to stop drinking so loudly. Huh? I think you should leave. How are you doing, Drek? I'm okay. Bob made me some hot chocolate. Good. The first Karen can be distressing. Why don't you stay back here for the rest of the day? JC will be coming in soon, and you can help them out with the baking. Okay. Oh boy, there are a lot of you. Yeah, sorry, but some of us are going to take some time, so we'll stagger ourselves. Oh, I'm first. I'll take a medium chai with dried blackberry, please. All right, I can make that. What milk did you want? Soy, if you don't mind. You don't have to be up here. I can handle this. Well, I was going to take you up on that and stay in the back for the rest of the day, but while my mom probably raised an idiot, she did not raise a coward. Are you getting any baked goods with this drink? Nah, just the drink. Ugh. Really? What? This generation, I swear, you're addicted to your phones. I'm older than the 13 colonies. Even worse, it spreads. You have a perfectly good book in your hands, and what do? You go for your phone. The attention span is non-existent. So is the respect for personal boundaries. No one asked for your opinion. Well, I just think it's a shame. What is, looking up a word that I don't know? What? The reason I pulled out my phone is to look up a word from this book. Normally, I can use context clues to figure out the meaning of a word that I don't know, but not always. In those cases, I look it up so I can better understand the book that I'm reading. Also, plenty of people read on their phones or use e-readers for convenience. Cyrus, your friend, the werewolf? Oh yeah, Patrick's a huge e-reader. Mostly for environmental reasons, but I think he just got sick and tired of people picking fights with him because they assumed a guy who likes reading trashy romance novels is easy to pick on. Easy to pick up. Isn't he a military commander? Yep. And of course, they usually insult him by calling him gay, because of course being gay or a girl is such a horrible thing that it can be used as an insult. When another soldier tries to pull that one on him, he usually gets them transferred or somehow taking orders from a woman and or queer person in the hopes that the exposure will instill a bit of respect. It usually works. He's got a lesbian captain under his command who takes 0 prisoners, and I think he's fed a few others to Janine. Huh. Weird how making assumptions can so quickly lead to regret. Wait, when you say he feeds them to Janine, how literal are you being? Oh, they're fine. She's a vegetarian, and more importantly, she knows it's not worth the court-martial.
She blew out the match and finally turned to face them. Her face was set in cold fury. Seeing
hi,
as that
excuse
is
me?
no longer a concern.
Huh?
I'd like to
What's
know
up?
just
I am
why
so sorry. Can I steal the chair that you're using as a
killed
footstool?
my son.
My boyfriend is going to be coming and all the other spots are taken.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, sure. Go for it. My break's almost over anyway. Shoes are clean too, promise. Thank you. Oh, by the way, he drinks coffee like he's a fish and it's water, worse than me, so I hope you haven't run out. Never. Hi, can I take your mug? No, I think I'll actually take a refill. I got it. Boy Toy's not here yet. No, I think he just lost track of time. It happens. But if he doesn't show up soon, we won't have time to actually chat before the movie. I don't necessarily mind. I mean, it's nice to be able to just sit down and relax, but I had to pull a couple of strings to be able to leave work this early. Refill? No, I should get going. I'm either gonna go to the theater by myself or going to our apartment for an argument. Not gonna lie, option A seems a lot more pleasant. Was he just, like, working late or something? He would say so. He works part-time at a retail, but rather than go full-time like the manager offered, he's been trying to grow his Twitch streaming gaming service audience. I don't mind a man who games, even if I don't get it, but that gets him maybe $5 a month, and he's been insisting for over a year now that the big break is just around the corner. You know, dreams are fun, but eventually you have to come back to Earth. What's his username? Hot Daddy 66. Honestly, I've been thinking of breaking up with him for a while. He pulled a similar stunt on our anniversary. I threatened to leave him then, but he swore he just needed one more chance, and this was it. 2.5 years of dating, down the fucking drain. I mean, unless something serious happened to him. He's live streaming now, isn't he? And he's been on it for a while? How honestly do you want me to answer that question? Well, I hope he has a place to stay tonight because he's not allowed in my apartment anymore. Godspeed, soldier. Okay, I know I've never dated before, but I mean, speaking as a guy with ADHD who forgets important dates like birthdays and holidays all the time, put reminders on your phone or like find a buddy to help you out. Yeah, the problem with that is that it requires you to think of someone other than yourself. I don't think I understand dating. Hey, welcome to CaFae Latte. How'd the breakup go? Well, he didn't seem to actually believe me when I told him we were over and that I was kicking him out of the apartment of which only my name was on the lease, until I actively started dialing 911 to get him out. And then there was a lot of yelling and crying and begging, all from him. I was just done with the whole thing. And that's what the police walked in on. We let him pack a bag before he got escorted out. I am now buying a bunch of coffee for myself and my friends who are going to go with me back to my place to box up the rest of his things and make sure he doesn't do anything crazy and that I don't do anything stupid like try to take him back. Smart. Well, what are we getting? A lot. I have a lot of friends. That's a good problem to have. Oh dear. I'll help. Well, this is gonna take a while. So I just got done reading Kwang's Yellowface. It was pretty good, but the ending just didn't do it for me. Really? I thought it was actually pretty realistic, considering all the book community scandals. I guess. But consider, I don't want realism. The world is trashy enough. I read for escapism. Then why are you reading R.F. Kuang? Yeah, good point. You might prefer Bandit Queens. It's more fun, but retains a lot of that dark humor. There's also Mexican Gothic if you want something creepy. Oh, I did read that one. That was good. You strike me as a Tomi Adeyemi person. The final book in her trilogy comes out June 25th. I have it marked on my calendar. Oh my god, that series made me sob. I'm pretty sure that the last book is going to have a happy-ish ending, but oof. Have you gotten to Schwab's Invisible Life of Addie LaRue? Not yet, but I've heard good things, and it sounds right up my alley. The ending for that one was a bit more open than I typically like, but I still think it was done really well. It's also the only enemies to lovers that Cyrus enjoys, mostly because they go right back to being enemies. Sounds messy. Oh, definitely, but it still makes sense. Also, hate to interrupt, ladies, or lady and dragon, but don't you two read anything by men? Only when I have to. Or they're queer. Oh yeah, that too. So you're just gonna ignore all of the great masterpieces written by men? Tolkien, Fitzgerald, Martin? Well, they've been ignoring us. That doesn't mean you get to ignore them. Yeah, it does, actually. 'Cause here's the thing. I've been a heavy reader for centuries, and while women have always been a part of the literary scene, they've also always been pushed aside and belittled. If you want content written by men, especially cishet white men, you have oceans of content to choose from, but women only have a few lakes, and genderqueers have puddles. So let us splash in peace. Well, you can't call yourself a true fan if you don't read everything. So you've read Jane Austen, Ursula K. Le Guin, Nydia Corafor, Octavia E. Butler, Charlie Jane Anders, and Louisa May Alcott? I don't even know half those people. Pretty sure Alcott was a trans man, just unfortunately stuck in the 19th century. Well, let me guess, they're all romance writers? Only Austen. And it's very sexist to assume that the only thing a woman can write is a romance novel. Alright, so we got 4 more lattes to make, but... So I just need to pause for just a second. I would also like to add for your consideration Mary Shelley, Harper Lee, Margaret Atwood, Harriet Beecher Stowe, and Agatha Christie, if we're just going by classics here. And Sappho, Emily Dickinson, and Phyllis Wheatley, if you're a poetry nerd. Oh, I love poetry, especially since I'm an audiobook listener. Oh, same. The rhythm comes out a lot clearer. Yeah, okay, but that doesn't mean you should exclude male authors, or else you're just as bad. No, because we lack the overwhelming power of a patriarchy and all of its destruction and consequences. I tend to be drawn to femme authors, especially black and or queer ones, because they tend to write femme, black, and or queer characters much better than those who do not share those identities. I get to see myself in these stories much more clearly and easily. There are fewer harmful stereotypes, and it also increases the chances of me finding something new and unique, rather than 100 Lord of the Rings ripoffs. Yet we only have so many hours in the day to read. We should read and enjoy stuff that we connect with most most strongly. And I'm an immortal dragon. If I have the old so many books, so little time problem, then you mortals have it way worse. And that's not even touching on genre preference. I mean, is Cyrus's best friend Patrick over there? He only reads romances because that's what he likes, and that's fine. If you tried to force him to read Tolkien, he'd be miserable because that's just not his cup of tea. Well, that's stupider than your sexist bullshit. Ugh, yeah, we're being sexist. Oh, for nonfiction, have you read Wild Swans by Young Sean? No, but I have it. You're at least the 10th person to recommend it to me. It's so fucking good. Shut up. Pay attention to me. Oh, you don't want that. Plenty of male authors write women just fine, okay? You're being so unbelievably picky and sexist. Silence. I was rather hoping that conversation would be enough to deter you. Since it's not, for the next 3 years, for every book by a male author you read, you must read 3 by a woman or genderqueer person. So Nicole and I have some recs if you want to get started, or not. He's gone. Pity. Now, how many more drinks do we need to make? Just 2. Oh, I'd also like to clear out your cookies. They're a very snacky bunch.